So let's talk about how you know you're having a spiritual awakening because that can be really intense. And it's really hard to kind of deal with that on your own, especially if you've got no one to talk to and nobody really understands, or you might just not even really feel comfortable explaining what is happening to you right now. So, 5 ways to tell that you are definitely having a spiritual awakening. The one telltale sign is definitely waking up at very odd hours in the morning. So, you could be waking up at like 3 in the morning. It's a really kind of specific hour between 3 and 5. And you could just be getting really emotional for no reason. And I mean, like, waking up crying, releasing so much emotion that is built up inside of you that you might have never dealt with in your life, not even realized was there. So, a spiritual awakening can be really intense when you kind of go through that process of waking up at these strange, crazy times and, crying. It's like, what the hell is going on? Am I depressed? Am I, suffering with some form of depression? Because that's obviously what would be our first fault, right? I mean, why am I crying? So this is a telltale sign, and basically what is happening to you is your DNA is waking up, and it's a signal to your brain that there is a shift. And unfortunately, it can be very overwhelming, but we do have to go through this shift and deal with it. And I'm going to also explain to you how we're going to be able to, deal with it and, challenge through those crazy times of waking up. Now, also, the next sign would be not feeling you're in the right place. So you could literally look around your house and be like, where the fuck am I? You could be in a social gathering with your friends or your family and just be looking at everyone as if they are not really like involved with what you're going through, in a sense where who are you? You feel kind of isolated and really different to people. And when you're in social gatherings, it's very, very recognizable. Like you're having this emotion run through you of feeling alienated, or as if you just don't fit in or belong. And you just don't know why. It's almost as if it's a gradual shift, but you can really recognize it when you're in the company of others. So, again, if you're feeling weird about being around people, or it just feels uncomfortable or draining, then this is a sign you're having a spiritual awakening. The next sign is questioning everything. So you might step back and look at things in the public eye, on the television, situations that are going on in your, social circle, people coming to you, just having general conversation that is just not really in alignment. And you're almost questioning everything about that person or that situation, or that headline on the news, and you really are just overwhelmed with how it's not resonating with you, and how you are wanting to challenge it and question it, and maybe even dig deeper and research what that might be and why you are questioning that specific topic or subject. So distancing yourself is something that will just naturally happen to you. You will just want to isolate yourself to find out exactly why all these things at the same time are happening to you. So, being alone, and maybe just keeping people at arm's length in a really respectful, kind way is my advice of how to deal with that situation when it comes up, because it is hard to tell somebody, I really can't be around you right now. You're a bit overwhelming. I'm going through all this emotional shit. We don't want to really, one, let people know this is happening to us, or two, be a burden in anyone's life. Everyone's got their own, mad, crazy bullshit to deal with in their life. So having a problem shared is a problem halved. But at the same time, it's almost as if this is your journey, this is your awakening, your ascension, and ultimately you have to do it, you know, on your own. It's a very solo journey. So if you are finding it hard to navigate through this journey, then, these are going to be the tips to help you, and what to do, and how to really deal with anything that's overwhelming in that spiritual awakening process. So, how do we deal with these challenging situations when they come up unexpectedly without us being ready? Because it is unexpected, and that's what makes it so challenging, because we do not know how, we've not been taught, or we've not learned how to deal with an awakening and how to navigate through certain challenges when they come unexpectedly. So, number one, the most important thing is to spend time alone. Now, a lot of you could find this really challenging, because I know, we are brought up in a society where we are around people, friends, family. Some of us live with others as well, which is even more difficult. However, the best thing and the best advice that I can give to you is find a quiet space and really and truly try and just stay and deal with any emotions that come through waves. Let them out. Journal. Get yourself a beautiful, lovely journal and write. And if you haven't and you can't, do it in your phone, in your notes. Keep a little diary of how you're feeling, because when you are writing it down, it really helps. It really, really helps. And it's because you're releasing that feeling and that emotion by writing it down. It's clearing the emotional wave that you're experiencing, and it's bringing you back to an understanding of that helped me by doing that little task, and staying to myself for those 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a whole day, a whole week, a whole month. It can take a while, but it's important and it's beautiful. And when you're in your own company and you learn and start to enjoy these stages that you're going to experience by being alone and staying protected and doing the things that are going to help you through this experience and journey, you know so taking time to yourself and listening to your body is so important. If your body is telling you to rest, to lay down, to go to sleep, you have to do it. And some of us can't do that if we have a job to do, right? So just make sure that you are prepared for that job and the challenging situations that are going to occur, and really and truly just take a deep breath, count to 10, and bring yourself back to center. And counting to 10 is so underrated. I feel like counting to 10, again, it's a form of meditation, because your mind is focusing on counting to 10 and nothing else in that moment. And when we focus on the present moment, our mind is kind of dissolved from those negative thoughts around a challenging situation and how we are going to next deal with it. What is our next reaction going to be? So yeah, distancing yourself, taking time to yourself, listening to your body, and also getting rid of any distractions in the meantime. So if you do have somebody in your life that's triggering, or let's say you have somebody in your life that is going through their own shit, but at the same time that's just an overload, because you are also going through your own shit at this stage. So anyone else's shit is going to burn you out. It's going to deplete you. It's going to drain you. It's going to make you feel so sad. And, you've got a job to do, and that's the work on yourself right now. So protecting yourself from any distractions, even your phone, notifications, the news, social media. These are huge distractions that can really affect you when you are going through this process. So it's really important to protect your energy by shutting off any distractions. Meditation. This is going to be my favorite one.